I'm offended. It's like, okay, conversation over.
Bible senses Freemasons. It's a flag, or is it something like something else? If we're going to get here this flag, and we're going to throw it down there, and we're going to kick it away. There it is. Like that. It's flag. It's not an easy question, is it? All this shit here.
No.
Not conspiracy theories, they're real.
You're still asleep.
And all power and glory goes to Christ.
Oh boy, here we go again. Drum roll, it's everybody. It's time for everybody to completely lose their mind, to lose all sense of reality, attack me, for it is time for another Flat Earth video. So, it's part of my testimony. I've got a bit to get through here. A few thoughts that are whizzing around in my head, and I really want to get them down properly. And I've got a fair bit to cover. So, it's my testimony, and I've mentioned this on previous videos numerous times, that it's my testimony that the way God has led me to where I am now, to a position where this time 12 months ago, I was just at a low ebb. Because I've just learnt about how the world really works. The world's an evil place. History's a lie. All that sort of stuff. This is the angle that I've come in on from being saved by God, by Jesus. I was in a position just with no answers. I was mortified. I was depressed. I couldn't function. I wasn't working. I didn't want to work ever again. That part hasn't changed, but I didn't want to work ever again because I was just so depressed, and it just felt so hopeless. And for me, Christ was the missing link. Fast forward a year, I'm now well in the body of Christ. God and Christ just keep revealing answers to me by the day, about what's going on in the world, answers about my own journey, and Matthew 4:8 just absolutely just is at the fore for me. It's one of the most prominent verses in the Bible for mine. So the way I think and the way God created me to think was the reason why God is revealing all this stuff to me right now, and why he has been over the last 2 and a bit years, is basically to get me ready for the fight that's ahead, the purpose that he's given for me. And through prayer and through reading the Bible and through reflecting on my previous journey, my journey thus far, answers are coming to me every day, and I'm at a point now where I'm just about ready to pull the trigger on the next part of my life. So there's that. A channel that I get when I make comments and videos about, when I make comments on other people's videos sometimes that push the globe Earth, and when I make videos on my own channel about the Earth not being a globe, generally I'm attacked. I get a lot of support from people, but generally I'm attacked by people. I'm told to get with the program. There's more important things in the world. Satan's got, there was another comment there yesterday that Satan wouldn't waste his precious time on deceiving us on the shape of the earth. He's got much more important things to think about. Okay, like what? What's more important about our natural habitat, our physical connection to God, and all the deception around that? What's more important than that? What? Tell me. A channel I thought I would never ever get aggrieved at and irritated at is Mike from On Point Prepardness, but I'm sorry, Mike. You've just lost me unless you can respond to my comment. The comment I made to your video there yesterday about your take on what the blue lights are there in America. So the comment I made, well, hang on, we'll start from the beginning. So Mike from On Point Prepardness has been a figure that I've looked up to during my time since I've been saved. He gives good, what I thought to be good readings on the Bible, spiritual awareness, end time awareness, and things like that. But now, unless you can actually talk to me, Mike, you can actually respond to this video or respond to my comment, Mike. you've lost me. And I'm sure you don't care that you've only lost one person, because you've got close to 200,000 subs there, which makes me absolutely sus on you now. You're like a Richie from Boston now, you are for me now, mate. So somebody who professes to know the Bible and gets up and has an influence, you've got influence on people. People look up to you. People look up to you, and they look for you for guidance in your word about how to interpret the Bible and how to fellowship and things like that, as I have before. So you've got real influence over people. So you're pushing. So during this video, you decide, you get there and you say, "Oh, guys, I haven't done a conspiratory video for ages. It's about time I did one." So why? You just decided to do one because you haven't done one for a while and 200,000 people look up to you, Mike? Was that the point of the video? Because the rest of it was just blathering nonsense. And to me, it's just speaking to the lies. It's pushing lies. It's pushing demonic activity, and it's pushing Satan's earth. There's no more. You can't be ignorant, Mike. You can't be ignorant to it, because Genesis 1 through 10. I mean, I keep coming back to this. If you believe in the globe, if you believe the earth is a globe, that means you believe in Big Bang. Or am I wrong? Can you believe in the earth being a globe and believe in creation? Okay, let's go there. If you believe the earth is a globe and you believe in creation. Okay, so if you believe in creation, you believe in the Bible. So Exodus 20, verse 4. Where's the water that's underneath the earth if we're hurtling around space? Because if we're hurtling around space at 66,000, what a funny number, Mike. 66,000. 66,000 kilometres an hour or miles an hour through the earth. There must be water underneath the earth the whole time it's bloody moving. But no, there's not on the globe model, because there's no water there. Because the globe model goes against the Bible. It's the absolute opposite to the Bible. But in any case, during this video, Mike decides that these blue lights that are blowing up the electronic grid and stuff in America is due to the sun cooling. He said it's obvious, because you've been talking to a scientist, Mike. Scientists, the same people that say global warming's true, that man crawled out of the sea, that the earth's a globe. Albert Freemason's, Sir Isaac Newton. If they've got a Sir in front of their name, Mike, they're a Freemason. Are you a Freemason, Mike? Are you? During this video, you say that the reason why these things are happening, these electrical grids are blowing up with this blue light, is because the sun's getting cooler, and scientists are saying that it's plainly obvious. It's bloody boiling here. It's been like 35 degrees for a week. Down in Victoria and down in the outback, it's over 40 bloody degrees, Mike. It's not cooling. The earth isn't heating either. It's not changing. The only change in the environment, the only change in the weather, is through these mongrels with their chemtrailing and all of their agendas, and fluoridating the water and creating weather events, which is what these blue lights are, Mike. But I'll get back to that. So the second thing you put out there, the second view you put out there, is that the tilt of the earth, the axes are changing or some shit. There's no axis. There's no globe. There's no ball. Well, if there is, where does it say in the Bible, Mike? Like, honestly, Mike, from On Point Prepardness, please respond to this video. Let's talk this out. Let's talk this out. You've got a lot of influence over a lot of people who listen to your words on YouTube, and you're pushing shit. And I want to know why you're pushing shit. What leads you to push shit? What is it? Are you a Freemason? Are you part of them? You could be ignorant, but if you're ignorant, you haven't read Genesis 1. There's nowhere to go, Mike. There's nowhere to go, and you won't respond. You won't talk to me. You know, you won't have it out, and I'll just keep getting all these moronic comments on there, like this comment I say at the end of your video, Mike. So I've always said there's two things in life we can rely on: the Bible and our senses. But there is a third: Freemasonry. We have to rely on Freemasonry, because without Freemasonry, we won't get to the truth. And the truth is that men crawled out of the sea. as evolution. The truth is the Earth's a globe. The truth is that vaccines help little children. The truth is that those clouds in the sky aren't chemtrails. I mean, the Freemasons tell us all this shit, so it has to be true. And if it goes against the Bible, Mike, it must be true, hey mate, because that's what you're saying. That's exactly what you're saying. So of course, this comment I put up gets absolutely no response from Mike. I just put at the end of his video, Globe Earth is a Masonic demonic doctrine, Mike. Genesis 1 through 10, Exodus 24, Bible censors Freemasons. Of course, I get absolutely no response from Mike because he's gone running to the hills. He's not interested in talking to somebody like me who seeks truth, who feeds truth. So what I'm going to invite you to do, Mike, is I'm going to invite you to put your conspiratorial videos away and perhaps leave it up to people who actually want to know truth, people who have been brought here by truth, by God, and people who know why truth is important, and lies are Satan's way to keep us away from truth, to being with God, to walking with Jesus. And I'm now absolutely convinced, Mike, that this is what you're doing. You're part of the controlled opposition. You are a Freemason. If I'm wrong, you come and talk to me, mate. I'll do a live stream with you. I'll do anything you want, mate. All you got to do is talk to me, and you could prove me wrong. But right now, I can't see where I'm wrong. Otherwise, you don't know the Bible. Like Exodus 15. So Exodus 15 for me was significant because I've always felt that trees and water are a natural link to the Bible. They're a natural link to the Bible. Now I'm now reading the Bible for the first time. I've been saved about 8 months, and I'm reading the New Testament through for the first time, and I'm currently on the second book of Kings, and I hope to finish that today. So I'm reading the Bible at the moment. So right throughout the Bible, trees and water being in unison and tasting sweet and being of God is through the Bible, right through the Bible. Exodus 15 for me just blew my socks off. Absolutely blew my socks off this book, this chapter. Now, if you think the Earth's a globe, and if you think these blue things are being caused by the sun cooling, because some Freemason doctors, scientists told you, or you think it's because of the Earth's tilt, you haven't read Exodus 15. You can't have. You must have skipped over that bit. You have to have. But in any case, trees and water are significant. Now, it's clear to me, it's clear going by the Bible and my senses, because I don't listen to Freemasons, so I've got two things I can rely on in life, and that's the Bible and my senses. I looked directly at me now, just up there. I see the sky. I can see the sky now because the blood moon's gone and the chemtrails have cleared. So I can see the sky now, and the sky is blue. Why is the sky blue? It's because I can see water. As it says in the Bible, as it says right throughout Genesis 1. Okay? Or am I seeing something else? Am I seeing the reflection of water? How do you know that? Where does it say that in the Bible? Where does it say that the sky's blue because it's reflecting off the water? Freemasons. You don't listen to Freemasons and you read the Bible, you get the truth. Now, CERN. CERN's a very, very interesting thing. CERN is very, very interesting. So I'll get to the blue lights and what I think they are and all that in a sec. But CERN is very interesting. So I had a bit of a look there at CERN the other day, exactly what they're doing. So it's clear to me they're trying to rip the veil and they're trying to get through to the other side to let demonic forces come in. You can see that, blind Fred, you can see that's what it is. You look at the opening of the tunnel, the whole lot. The whole lot is for CERN is demonic. Now, I'm actually of the view now that CERN will be it'll be Revelation 9/11. When Apollyon opens the key to the bottomless pit. Apollyon, Mike, if you're still listening, Apollyon, that's in the Bible. He's an evil spirit, an evil angel, a fallen angel who'll be given the key to the bottomless pit in the end times. And Apollyon really, really sounds like Apollo, doesn't it, Mike? You know those Freemasons that went to the moon? Do you think man went to the moon, Mike? Answer me. Mike from On Point Prepardness. Do you think man went to the moon? Apollyon. Apollo. This CERN, though, CERN is going to unlock the key to the bottomless pit. Now, what I'm sort of thinking at the moment is what they're trying to get through the veil. Now, if you have a look all around the earth now, there's clearly evidence of old, enormous trees that were once on the earth that have now been cut down. That Devil's Tower in America comes to mind. Ayers Rock here in Australia, maybe. I don't think so, because that does appear to be a rock. But there's evidence everywhere, all over the world, of great big trees being cut down in the time of the giants, that have been cut down, and the stumps remain today. So, to me, the veil is potentially the deep above. That's the veil. You can see the Milky Way. Potentially, that's where the veil was torn during the flood of Noah in Genesis. Potentially, that was the tearing of the veil the first time that God did. I don't know. Bible senses. That's who I am. That's what I do. So maybe that's what it is. But it's clear to me that these trees are being cut down, and the top of the trees are above. They're above the firmament. They're in the veil. Now, what CERN's going to do, all they've got to do is touch. They've just got to touch one of those trees. Just touch it. Touch. And boom, it unlocks the key to the bottomless pit. And that's what's happening. And you talk about the locust, and you just gloss over the locust in your video, Mike. You just gloss over the locust, a little bit of truth and plenty of lies in you and your Freemason mates. Plenty of lies and a little bit of truth you give us. And sometimes it's even around the other way. Richie from Boston does that, and I'm wondering whether you do it as well. A little truth and plenty of truth, and just a little bit of lies to just veer people off into that direction. So it's clear to me that we are in end times. We're in end times. CERN will unlock the key to the bottomless pit. These blue lights you talk about, that you so desperately want to know what they are, to me, it's clear what they are. It's exactly the same technology that they used to do 9/11. 9/11 wasn't planes. What did 9/11? I've watched a lot of videos on it. A channel I really respect and admire is Russian Vids. Now, Russian Vids is absolutely adamant. He's absolutely adamant that 9/11 did not, it wasn't planes, but they were holograms. Now, I believe it's both. I believe there were no planes and there were holograms. The people on the ground, they did not see planes. You see eyewitnesses now. It's just like the same eyewitnesses that come out of the concentration camps at the end of World War II. They're eyewitnesses. They get to them later. They weren't there. You see, I've got a video at home where you see the moments after 9/11 occurred, and nobody was talking about planes. They were talking about explosions in the building. So there was no plane. There was an explosion. What was the explosion? It was a directed energy event. Another example of this directed energy they use is in those California wildfires that are going on at the moment. So those wildfires that are going on at the moment, they're obviously directed energy. You look at it, you can see it. You can see the laser beams. That's why the fires only burn houses and they don't burn trees and the environment around. It's because they're directed energy events. They're attacking us. And Mike, you are backing them. You are backing them, and you are helping them with their lies. You are helping them cover their lies. And I come back to the Bible, something you profess to know, and you're doing it. You can't be doing it unwillingly, otherwise you don't know the Bible, Mike. So you're doing it deliberately, which for me makes you a Freemason. But anyway, let's go back to the globe. So people keep asking me, actually, you know what? I might do a different video on the comments. I might just do a different video on the comments, because this video now is coming up to 18 minutes. But just what people are saying, like Satan hasn't got more effective things to do than waste enormous time and resources on the shape of the earth. I mean, people are right. I couldn't give a damn about what the shape of the earth is. I don't care. I want to know because I don't know, because what we're being told is false. So I want to know from that aspect. But at the end of the day, you're right. It doesn't matter. But the deception does. So we're being fed where we live, our environment, where people are, how God created us, where God put us, our physical, our spiritual, our links to God. All of these things come down to the earth and where we live, and these trees and water in Exodus. We're missing enormous chunks of the Bible. Why? How? Because of bloody Freemasons. And Mike, You're doing their work, which makes you think you're one of them. So again, mate, I will put out the invitation. I will put out the invitation to you. Reply to my comment. And if you do, which I very much doubt you will, I bet it will just be glib and you'll call Flat Earth a psyop, which of course it is. Flat Earth is a psyop now. It's because what they're doing, that's what the AE model is. The AE model doesn't work, but you Freemasons, you give us the globe, and then the edgy ones, all of us seeking truth, you just give us another lie, the AE map, which doesn't work. The AE map doesn't show me why the seasons are longer here in the New South Wales Central Coast. It doesn't demonstrate why the sun is in the southern sky when I'm south of the Tropic of Capricorn right through summer. The AE map doesn't explain it. The globe map doesn't. The globe doesn't explain it. Nothing explains it. But what it's designed to do, what the psyop is designed to do, it's exactly in these comments. So you have a look at all the videos I've done. You look at all the videos I've done and you rank them in order. And about the top 15 videos are all about Flat Earth. Some of them aren't about Flat Earth. It's just got the Flat Earth in the title for some, I've put it there for some reason. My highest ranking video is almost up to 200 views now, and it's got something like 50 comments. And it's just going off its head. It's the one where I'm down in the park, kicking the globe away. You know, if it's not important, why do I get so much attention when I do a Flat Earth video? Why is it the most important thing that seems to be out there today? I've done videos on 9/11. I've done videos on war. I've done videos on World War II. I've done videos on all sorts of different things, and they barely even get a whimper, not even a comment. But you do one on the globe, you do one on Flat Earth, oh my goodness, don't they come from miles? So why? Why do my videos get so much attention? Why does Flat Earth get so much attention? It's because it's truth, and it's one of the biggest truths. It's one of the most important truths that's out there. And people like On Point and Mike from On Point Prepardness, they're just veering you away from it. Another big one's evolution. Evolution doesn't get anywhere near the attention that what Flat Earth does, but it's the epicenter as well. They go hand in glove. How you can believe the Earth is a globe and believe in creation and don't believe in evolution is completely beyond me, because if you believe the Earth's a globe, you believe in Big Bang. You believe the Earth moves. You believe it spins. You believe it doesn't have a firmament. You believe it doesn't have water below it. Right? So if you believe all that, because you believe the globe. If you believe the globe, you believe all that. So if you believe all that, you believe evolution, because they fit hand in glove. I've never ever met somebody who says they believe in creation, but they believe in evolution. I've never met somebody. Oh, but geez, I've met plenty who thinks the Earth's a globe and believe in creation. You've got no idea, people. You've got absolutely no idea. You look at Matthew 4:8 and you just think it's because of all the hardship in the world and people get diseases and all that it's Satan's world. You've truly got absolutely no idea. I'm a babe in Christ, and I really feel like I'm one of these figures now in the Bible that I'm reading about in Kings and in Samuel and all these figures that these young people that come out of nowhere, that God all of a sudden chooses to do his work. They're a remnant of society, and you come up just whizzing truth. You just speak truth to people's faces, and people they're just gobsmacked. They've got no idea how to deal with you. And generally the way people deal with me is they mock me, they ridicule me, they isolate me, they try to put me to the back corner. But I'm telling you what, I am on a mission. God has chosen me in this dark hour, these end times. He has chosen me for a purpose, and all of those things, all of my afflictions, I've got afflictions coming out of my ass, but that's okay. I ask for repentance every day, and I'm at a point in my life now where I think the reason why I've got afflictions is because God wanted to tell me good and proper that I'm a good for nothing sinner, and there's a reason for that. And these are the things I'm trying to work out, is why, if I'm a good for nothing sinner and I've been chosen by God to do God's work in this fleshy fallen state, why am I here? Why is God doing this to me? Is it because he wants me here to preach his word in a world full of lies? I don't know. I've got no idea, but these are the things that I'm praying about. These are the things that I'm trying to get answers to, not whether the Earth's a globe, or not whether blue lights were caused by bloody 200 years of the sun cooling, when it's, it has to be true because it was a scientist. or because the bloody tilt of the earth has gone out of kilter or some shit. No, 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 no. You're falling for it, and you're in the cesspit. All of you who fall for the globe, all of you who fall for these psyops, you're in the cesspit. It's fine to talk about flat earth. It's fine. But don't get involved in the argument. Don't get involved in it. If you've got people who truly want to understand, if you've got people who are truly curious, minister to them. Minister to them about the word. Talk to them about the shape of the earth. Talk to them about the conspiracies. But don't do it the other way. Don't just put it in people's faces all the time, because you're going to think you're mental, and that's how you get into the psyop, because then they make you argue. Then they just reduce you back into this pit of the globe earth, flat earth lie. That's what they do. That's what they're trying to do. And the sort of things they're keeping you away from is Exodus 15, is Exodus 20 verse 4, is Genesis 1 through 20, and all these remarkable stories I'm reading in the Bible, in books like the Samuels and the Kings, about, now these stories to me, they're physical, they're literal, and they're parables for then, and they're parables for today. You look at Exodus 15, you look at Exodus, about how long they'll be in bondage, how long the Israelites will be in bondage for. How long was it? 400 years. What year did slavery start, people? Yeah. All right. Now, these are the things that people like me, who are immersed in truth and want to know truth, these are the things we're researching. These are the things that we're trying to understand. So all of you old ducks, all of you people here who have professed to be Christians for 30 years, and you still think the earth's a globe, and you're not reading books, chapters like Exodus 15, and you're not making the link to 400 years and 1619, and it's 2019 now, get the hell out of the way. Because we, the new breed, we are here, and we are full of God's word, we are full of God's glory, and we are ready to do God's work.